Well, we've been following people through the pandemic, for a start. And one thing that's really come to the fore is that what's very important to people are not just their business colleagues, but their friends and associates outside work. And we're talking at the moment about the hybrid office, as you know. So people's network via things like Facebook are very important to them, even when they're at work. So organisations that start to hamper communications between people that matter, wherever those people are, can damage a little bit of well-being at work, and that can damage the organisation. So all this monitoring that goes on about what websites you go on, how often you spend on Facebook, all that kind of stuff, is doing people less and less favours as the world expands a little bit. We know what makes a really good job for anybody, and there are three components, and that's autonomy, resource and trust. So autonomy, you get on with the job yourself, you're allowed to do that. Resource is what you say you need to do your job. Not what somebody else tells you need, but what you say and you're given that. And trust, you're allowed to get on with it. If you have those things, and of course resource can be things like time and people, all kinds of stuff. But if you have those three things, autonomy, resource and trust, you have a great job, whatever job you're doing. You see, it takes courage. For a long time, in fact, you can trace it back to the 18th century. For a long time, managers have taken power unto themselves. And that's a long-standing thing, and it carries on now. And if managers and leaders are brave enough to say, yes, we will give people those three things, we will trust people to get on and do the job their way, if they really have the courage to do that, they can make a phenomenal difference. And they can affect every key organisational variable that they want to think about. Things like stress will reduce, things like identity with a company will increase, and so will performance. And that's really important. We can bang on the bottom line.